Okay, so no response from Cha. I guess I'll message them later and see what's going on with them. So let's get started. And aloha, and welcome to today's episode of Mystimon Saga Hidden Archives. This is a tale of horror mystery powered by Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I am your host, GM Seth, and I also go by Seth R. Mitchell. And I am joined by my players today, Jackie, Binary, L, Firecat.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hey.
It is the season finale, guys. What do you think of that? Snuck up on us, didn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've been here for each week so far, so didn't really sneak up on me.
Yeah, it's shocking. It's kind of shocking. It snuck up on me out of nowhere. And in just like about 8 weeks, we start season 11. Of course, Jackie and I will have a lot of work to do over the next month or two to get ready. Thank you, Watsy.
I'm able to.
Yeah. Gotta work on integrating the remaster, and I'm thinking we are going to be streaming that, and I'll talk a little bit more about our plans for the between seasons a little bit after the show. Let's just get started, shall we? When we last left our investigators, you had met up with Kyrene just outside the gates to the Palace District. She was having her own political rally because she's also running for a position for the council. And you heard a lot of good things for her platform. Mostly that she plans on being a pain in the butt for the Pharaoh. But what else is new? And that seems to be getting a lot of people fired up. Just having someone there to be a pain in the butt for the Pharaoh. You get the sense that not a whole lot of people like the Pharaoh. And after a rally, she met up with you and she heard from you a bit about the case, and she decided, you know what? This is a really complicated case, and I want to try to help you guys out. Try to help you guys out to fit the pieces together, and try to figure this out, because it's a complicated case. So she placed a hand on one person's head, she placed a hand on another person's head, she had you all join hands, and within moments, you were in this room, inside your minds, all together. There was a board on the wall, and this the room can be whatever it is you want it to be. This is called the Mind Palace. And let's head over to the Mind Palace. So, we've already pieced together many clues. You discovered many clues just from talking to Detective Balera. And she told you all about all of the murders that took place during the World Fair. And she also told you about 3 additional murders that you didn't know about before that took place after the World Fair when the Magi Guard's prime suspect was already behind bars. So that seems to throw doubt on the Magi Guard's whole case. And she also brought up these other clues. I like that these were ritualistic murders. There seemed to be connections to Yoth, and that led you to the fact that there is a Yoth statue that is currently in the Hidden Archive's possession. And she also gave you access to the location of where the most recent murder took place. The most recent murder was discovered. Let's see here. The most recent murder was discovered in the Temple of the Gods. It was a flayed woman, and she was also brutalized. I'm not going to get into specifics on that. But she was discovered in the Temple of the Gods, and she gave you access to that crime scene. You headed straight for the Temple of the Gods after you got done talking to her. And while there, you found that there is a broken stained glass window. The Temple of the Gods is lined with, on both sides of the hall, with stained glass windows, each depicting one of the old gods. And the one that was broken was the one depicting Debrial. And you also discovered a piece of torn cloth that looked like it was a piece of torn black cloth. You found that stuck on one of the broken shards in the frame. And you also found a bloody glass shard located off in a dark, shadowy corner. And Soma, when you used one of your abilities, let's see, what was that ability?
I think it was also object reading.
It was object reading. When you used object reading on which of the 2 clues did you do that on?
I think it was the fabric.
The fabric. When you cast object reading on the fabric,
it was the fabric because I didn't touch the glass with the blood.
Right. When you touched the fabric and used object reading, you got this vision of these writhing tentacles, and you suddenly just dropped the cloth, just shocked, and you managed to calm your nerves on that, but it was pretty unnerving. And that is where we pick up.
I believe I had picked up the piece of glass with blood without touching it. Like used our little detective kit, or I think it was my herbalism kit because that's what I have.
Right.
Healer's kit, something like that. Healer's tools, yeah. To like scoop it up.
My cat is being creepy and poking into frame from behind me.
He
Never
wants
mind.
to say hello.
Yeah. We're trying to play Karimon. Anyways. So, as that is happening, what is everyone else doing? You notice that she just suddenly drops this thing and kind of in shock for a moment.
Everything all right?
I have absolutely waved over Bastille.
Yes.
To just kind of explain what happened. And obviously anybody else within earshot. But as the other person I know who can do, similar things to what I can do.
As the other person who uses object reading consistently.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
It's such a clutch spell for investigations.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is. Indeed.
Let me just do a vibe check on this crime scene.
Let me just Jedi Force trick this item.
Yeah, and you don't like the vibes on this piece of cloth for sure.
Okay. So, what's up? You all right?
I mean, I absolutely explain everything that I, Soma, just went through and not the memory of IL from 2 weeks ago.
Okay. I see. That certainly sounds like a doozy.
Is there part of this that might be important to finding the individual?
I kind of hold out. I've put it in a bandage so that the blood won't get wiped off or anything, or if it does, it'll be wiped off onto something else we have kept.
Right.
But the bloody piece of glass, which I imagine is fully dry at this point, but and just kind of hold it out so that I'm not quite touching it yet, but say, I also found this is it's probably the blood of whoever broke in through this window.
Oh, that's not good.
So, but still, are you going to cast object reading?
Yes. Sorry.
On which
away for a moment.
Which item?
I mean, since we're curious about the blood on the window, I mean, I think I'd already cast object reading on the blood on the window, and we couldn't gauge. All we could gauge was that he had gone through the window. Because I'm pretty sure I already did that.
Yeah, you already did an object reading on the window.
So there wouldn't be much reason to do that again, because at this point we were wanting to go. I think
you did it on the blood. I think you did it on the window.
No, I did it on the blood on the window. But from the viewpoint, we couldn't really gauge where it went, so the plan was to potentially go outside, see if we could find any blood on the outside, or at least touch it on the ground outside to see if we could see the direction. Then.
Got it.
So if anything, Bastille would be heading outside to cast object reading to either see if there's blood, first of all, and if not, at the very least, cast object reading on the ground, in reference to focusing on that individual that broke through the window, since you can focus on a certain event, in hopes to see where they might have gone.
Sure. So Bastille is heading out the temple and going around the side of the temple. What is everyone else doing?
I will go with Bastille. See if I can assist in any way.
All right.
I suppose I will as well.
Alrighty.
And so will I.
So everyone is going outside of the temple and going around the side of the temple towards where the broken stained glass window is. And what you find, make me perception checks.
Public or blind?
Blind.
Always blind.
Yep.
Come on, even I've learned that by now.
So
we have a public perception check is the day we suspect that our GM's been replaced.
No, it's the day we know they've been replaced.
With the GM who does not know the rules. Or at least does not have Jackie to remind them. And Bastille, you see right off the bat, your eyes are like narrow focused, and you see right off the bat this what is a very faint trail, but this trail is here, and you see this trail of tracks that are heading away from the stained glass window that's broken.
Just truly like RoboCop seeing like a thing and highlighting it.
Basically,
and just immediately walking
basically
in that direction.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's a lot like RoboCop. You like your eyes are laser trained, and you're like able to see these things that nobody else here can see. And you start
no words, just walking
in the direction of where the tracks went. And when you reach the end of the tracks, you come up to behind the old council building. And then, because you are laser focused on this trail, you see another trail that is leading away from the council building. And the wall on you just come right up to the back wall of the council building. There's no door there. But it seems like it looks like the tracks are going right into the wall. And then you find another trail that is leading from the same area, from this solid wall, off in another direction.
Well, first I'll put his hand against the wall to make sure the wall is real.
It is. It is real and it's solid.
Object reading on the wall for when this person approached to see how they got in.
What it looks like from your vantage point, you're looking. When you cast object rating, it's like you're this person, and you are walking straight into the wall, and you just pass through the wall, and then the vision stops.
Press or cast anything to allow such.
Not that you could tell.
They went in here. They then left, but they went in here. Unsure how.
I know how I could get in, but I can't really say the same for how I would bring any of you in. Is a problem.
I know of a way to get in for all of us, but it would result in damage to the building.
Yeah, please don't do that. We don't want to have to do repairs to the council building when a new council is about to be elected very soon. In just a couple of weeks.
The disembodied voice is telling me this is a bad idea.
That's called your conscience.
And it's trying to stop you from doing the things that you know you need to do.
I do not think I like this conscience.
That you know Esther would usually be doing. Do you want to be like Esther, or do you want to be like Uriasid or Soma?
Esther has no idea why, but she suddenly feels slightly insulted.
Have a story point, Esther. So what are you going to do? You know, you see this other trail that's leading off away from the solid wall towards another direction.
He's just waiting to see if anyone has an answer for getting into the wall. Otherwise, he'll start following that. But he's giving people a chance.
I'm in the same situation as you.
What if there's a way to open this, or like activate or deactivate or whatever from the inside? Because if there is, like I said, I could go in there and. How thick is this wall, I wonder? And she gives a little knock with her ear pressed against it.
You're going to knock on the wall.
Yeah, with one of her ears pressed against it to see how thick it like sounds.
It from your estimate, it sounds like it's like 5-6 inches thick.
I see. Well, okay. This
it's like stone. It's a stone wall.
But there's this one thing that I can do.
Blink. And you blink quickly between the material plane and the ethereal plane. You gain resistance 5 to all damage, except force. You can sustain the spell to vanish and reappear 10 feet away in a random direction determined by the GM. The movement doesn't trigger reactions, and at the end of your turn, you vanish and reappear as above.
And notice how it doesn't say that you can't go through walls using this.
Yeah, it doesn't say that, but it's in a random direction.
Something I do have something I can do. I forgot to check.
This might take me a few tries if I do go for it.
Actually, I think I have a way for all of us to get through.
Oh.
And we also get back through.
I do as well, but
as long as we do it in less than an hour. Because out of character, I can cast Pass Wall, and that lasts an hour.
Oh yeah.
What does that spell do?
I will.
I can take a guess.
I didn't even see that one. I was too focused on transmute rock and stone or rock and mud.
Yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, isn't there a spell called Pass Wall? What does that do?
10 feet. It creates a passage of at most 10 feet, which seems fine.
Spellcasting is not on your list. You don't have a list. Where's your list?
I know I have the Earth spell list and the Light spell list. I don't know. I should have that.
Why do you have
you're
nothing on the
supposed to prepare-
spellcasting tab?
Like, the spells you choose are from.
No,
the-
Seth said that for this campaign, everybody's treated as a spontaneous caster.
Yeah. Or at the very least, like, flexible. I'm going to be making some changes to Mystia casting. It's a lot to parse. I know. Pass wall is what color?
Earth.
Earth. Makes sense. What rank?
5th level. And I think I can cast 5th level spells at level 10.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm going to go into compendiums.
Get them at 9th level.
You create a visible tunnel through the wall in the chosen area, replacing the area with an empty space. If the wall is thicker than 10 feet, the tunnel ends 10 feet in. Even a smaller layer of metal in the wall prevents this spell from functioning. Even a thin layer of metal in the wall prevents the spell from functioning. Well, it doesn't have any rebar or anything like that. It's not that type of stone. This spell doesn't reduce the integrity of the structure. When the spell ends, anyone inside this tunnel is shunted to the nearest exit. Well, that's good. You don't want to get stuck in the wall.
Yeah. It's just a wall be gone for a little bit.
Yeah.
So do you think we can be in and out within an hour?
Unless
there is a secret pass.
Before you do that, I am going to cast Clairvoyance on the other side of that wall.
Okay.
There we go. Just to make sure that nobody's right there. And granted, it's like, 2 a.m., but, guards and stuff.
Yeah. There doesn't appear to be any guards in there. There's no one in there as far as you can see.
What do I see? Speaking of
You see a dark room that looks like a big rotunda kind of room. It's a circular room and everything, and it has this ellipse table in the middle of the room, and on the just past, actually not in the middle of the room, it's actually closer towards your side of the wall, and past the ellipse table are all of these benches that are arranged in in rows. There's like 10 benches on each row, left and right. And the room is dark. There's no light there at all.
Ooh, I want to try something. Before, I guess actually, yeah. Do you, I guess I will say, like, while kind of looking through this mystic eye, I will ask Ryzen, do you think that it is a good idea to go inside, or would it be a better idea to see if we can see how far the feet go in before we go inside?
I think it would be prudent to explore all of our options before going into a place that is designed for politicians and probably not us.
All right, and I'm just going to reach out, and because I only have 2 hands and there's 4 of us, I think probably Bastille and Ryzen are standing close to me, so you, Esther, feel a little paw on your boot as Zeal places a paw on you, and I'm going to cast Web of Eyes, and I don't. So what I'm trying to do is chain what I'm seeing through clairvoyance to Bastille so that they can look to see if the tracks are inside.
Web of Eyes. You place an invisible scrying sensor on each target just above their eyes. Each sensor looks where that target looks, and all the targets can link their vision briefly to help notice things one target sees, but the others might not. Okay. I'm getting the gist of this.
And so, because the wording of clairvoyance is that you can see in all directions from that point as if using your normal visual senses.
I see what you're doing. You are combining spells in an interesting
Telepathic boost.
Wait. Yeah. Yeah, you're combining spells in an interesting way. I have to award that story point to Soma.
Thank you.
And that's great, because I don't know about everybody else, but I have dark vision. So that means we can basically all share the dark vision.
Soma is a Alapeke, so she has low light vision.
I have special arcane eyes.
What do you see with your special eyes?
Same.
And I will go ahead and use my once per hour see invisibility that I get for free.
Holy shit!
Because I have real special eyes.
Wow. A story point to Bastille. You are combining your own abilities together in an interesting way. I love it.
Go Power Rangers.
Please don't demonetize us. Please don't copyright strike.
Don't worry, I don't sing well enough for that. Also, do we even make money?
No.
I was gonna say, I'm sure not getting paid.
But if we did,
That meme, you guys are getting paid?
Yeah.
So, combining abilities in interesting ways. So, you've cast Web of Eyes, and Bastille has the see invisibility ability.
Yeah, see the unseen.
We aren't in remaster yet.
Well, that's what it's called on the feature.
Yeah. So, walk me through this. How is this actually all working?
So, okay, so I have cast clairvoyance on the other side of the wall, basically just, I couldn't have seen it when I did that, so I cast it just,
Right.
an assumption of 20 feet in front of me or something like that.
Right.
And the and then cast Web of Eyes on Ryzen and Bastille and Esther. And you know what? Zeal too. And so that we can all see through what we're all seeing, and then basically concentrate on sharing what I'm seeing with clairvoyance with Bastille. Because Bastille is the one who was tracking the tracks.
Right.
And then Bastille. Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was also gonna mention, and additionally, I also provide spirit sense to the whole pool of seeing everything. So if there's any ghosts, also
Is the council building haunted? I guess we'll find out.
We'll know.
We'll find out.
And of course, Bastille has the see the invisibility ability.
Yep.
Yeah, so what's effectively Bastille is looking through my eyes, which are looking through the clairvoyance mystical eye.
Yeah. That is a very interesting combination of abilities or spells. I have to give you guys credit.
My robot eyes see.
Your robot eyes.
Basically like piggybacking into a into a locked network.
Yeah, with this, you don't even have to pass through the wall.
So this is almost more to see like if we do need to pass through the wall.
Right.
But it's not trespassing if we never enter.
Yes.
Technically,
right now
we're trespassing if there's an open door, even if that door was made by someone.
I think since magic exists and is part of it, yes.
But you haven't,
unbeknownst to all of us, the on the other side of the building, by like the actual front door, there is a sign that says "No solicitors or investigators."
Absolutely.
So we're,
Absolutely. So, but still, what you are seeing through Soma's clairvoyance, through the web of eyes, into the building, what you are seeing is you are seeing the traces. Because being a Mystia caster yourself, you know that any kind of Mystia casting leaves a trace. It always leaves a trace. The energy remains for a little while, and it will remain for several hours at least. But what you're seeing is this trace of Mystia that looks to you like it's about as old. It's from about as long ago as that murder. You can't really tell for sure. You can't really estimate for sure, but based on your knowledge of Mystia casting, you would estimate that it is about that old, based on your knowledge of how Mystia degrades, how these Mystia traces degrade over time.
How specific Mystia traces are? Can I by chance tell what? Even if I can't tell the exact spell, what element it is, like say
what color it is, right?
Element. It is a fire element.
So you will need to cast me You will need to roll me. Let's see. Here, you will need to roll me an Arcana check. Roll me an Arcana check.
Also blind?
I believe not in this case, right, Jackie? Because it's not recall knowledge. It's an Arcana check to tell what color these Mystia trace may be. It's not recalled knowledge.
I guess then yeah, public.
Yeah, make it public.
Okay. Well, then great.
You have some story points.
That is true. I can spend a story point to reroll that.
Yeah.
But I shall do that.
A little bit better.
Well, at least it's a 20. Hopefully that beats a threshold.
You can't tell for sure, but you do believe that it's of the divine property, but you can't really determine an exact color.
Detect magic cantrip.
A detect magic cantrip. You do believe that it's Earth.
It would seem that he did indeed come in this way, potentially using magic, much like what was offered to open a hole in the wall.
Can I tell? Does it look like the trail leads further in?
Yes, I do reply and ask that.
Or did it stop at the entry, turn around, and go back out as a means of just trying to confuse people?
To be clear, it could either be Earth or it could be Spirit. Because Pass Wall is of both Earth and it's also in Spirit.
Which did they use to cast it?
Which did they use to cast it? You can't determine that exactly, even with Detect Magic.
Not even being a spirit caster myself, so that one I'd have more intimate knowledge of.
Yeah, even then.
There's limits to a cantrip?
Who would have thought? There's limits to a cantrip.
I wasn't sure if between that and my 20 Arcana, I would have gotten more info for it if I knew if it was spirit specifically or not. Being
it's a good chance. It's a good chance that it is spirit.
Can I try to do an analysis using religion?
Spirit.
What was that, Esther?
Can I try to do the same analysis using religion?
Do the same analysis using religion.
Actually, my Arcana modifier is the same. Never mind.
Okay.
Are you going? I was going to say, are you going to mention using a religion check to the cleric?
No.
Okay. And I will not do anything.
But yeah,
My
does the trail
apologies. I don't think
go further into the building?
From what you could tell,
myself as well.
From what you could tell, From what you could tell, the Mystia the Mystia traces are too degraded to really determine exactly.
But what about the tracks that we were following here?
Yeah, I'm talking about
Esther?
the tracks, the actual I'm talking about the actual foot tracks that I followed here.
Well, these Mystia traces are separate from the tracks.
What's up with the +10 that I got on that? After using
that's actually from a That's from a house rule that we have that is enabled. Let's see here. It's manage. No, it's not there. It's in configure settings. And I do believe that it's coming from workbench.
Low reroll.
Yeah.
Oh, so 31, I suppose.
Yeah, it's Keeley's hero point rule. A house rule favored by a certain Paizo developer. If the natural result of a hero point reroll is 10 or less, a bonus of 10 is applied after the fact.
Hey, mine was 10 or less. That would make mine a 30.
I think it's just because you didn't use the reroll with hero point option.
Oh.
There you go. So with the 31, Esther.
So yeah, that would make my Arcana 30 as well.
Yeah. Applying after the fact. Bastille and Esther, you do believe the Mystia traces are spirit. And the tracks actually seem to go deeper into the council building than you could see. It seems to go through this double doorway at the far end of this rotunda room. And then they seem to come out of that hallway and straight towards the wall that you're at.
I cannot see where specifically he went into the building. If we wish to know, then we would need to enter.
Or Soma could move the clairvoyance eye.
Clairvoyance can't be moved. Clairvoyance can't be moved, unfortunately.
Alrighty.
Should we so I'm gonna stop concentrating and kind of a little woozy. So should we go inside or should we follow these tracks wherever they are leading outside here first?
A good question. Also,
It has already been.
Sorry.
What did you say, Jackie? Did you have a question for Seth?
Yeah, Jackie.
Yeah. Seth, quick question. So do I get a refund on my hero points since it turns out that the check before me succeeded?
Sure.
Yay.
So
we are already several days late, so whatever happened inside of here, there is no particular time limit on it, but we know for now where these footsteps led.
I am of the opposite opinion that because these tracks are several days old, wherever they will lead quite potentially won't lead us to the suspect. Therefore, any stops along the way might be of importance, since we could gauge, if not what he was there for, but what he took.
Soma's nodding at this argument. I'm convinced.
Plus, how do we know that these tracks are from the day of? Because they probably would be gone by now if they were.
Well, neither you nor I can see them. We are just trusting Bastille's word that they're here.
They are there.
Still outlined in glowing light in Bastille's vision.
By the way, now that you guys have a visual for Bastille, whenever he uses the invisibility, I want you guys to picture the fact that in the caged blackness, not just on his face, but like on the sides where like there is like the caged outline and the dark black, there are just eyes that appear inside, like multiple sets of eyes.
It's so spooky. I love it. I'm looking at Ryzen expectantly.
So we're all on the same page that we want to go in.
Yes.
I think so.
Okay, then I will put my hand on the wall and try and cast Pass Wall.
Casting Pass Wall. You create this tunnel through this 6-foot thick wall. And so now you basically create this like doorway that you just can pass right through.
Bastil's immediately leading the way.
Wait, before you go. Let me double check how this works.
And out of character, how do I calculate how much Misty at? Oh wait, no, I think I have it pulled up. Never mind.
He truly stops
Yeah,
mid-step, like halfway through the step, not moving.
Okay. I am going to cast Invisibility Sphere.
Visibility Sphere, nice. So everyone is now invisible?
Everyone is now invisible as long as we move slowly.
As long as you move within the sphere.
Yeah, so it's like while exploring, it sounds like I can step to each other. Sorry, where did it go?
It's easy to move together slowly and remain invisible.
Of creatures in range. So it's like centered on me, but a 10-foot emanation from me. So like as long as you stay within 10 feet of me, you're fine.
Alrighty.
At least that's how I read it.
Alrighty, so Soma casts Invisibility Sphere. So this sphere appears around her, and you can all step within this 10-foot radius of her, and now you're invisible. Probably a good idea when you're walking straight into a building that's probably restricted.
A building that has a big sign out front that says no investigators.
Yeah.
What? I thought that was a welcome sign.
Unbeknownst to, but still, nope, it was not a welcome sign.
That sign won't stop me because I can't read.
Look, to be clear, he's not an investigator. He's a Wayfinder Hidden Archives member.
Sorry, but that means you're also an investigator.
Somebody has scrawled underneath it, or archivists. They've just kept adding things. There's like someone put a post-it up that says or mimes. Someone put another piece of, cardboard underneath it that says,
automatons.
And then one of them is just a picture of someone.
Yeah, that picture is of Bifrost. And then another picture underneath of Esther.
We just move over to the sign and it's slowly being eaten by Bastil's Eidolon. Sign can't stop anyone if it doesn't exist anymore.
So you move into the building. You move into the building, and slowly, but surely, you move into the building, and where are you proceeding? Are you proceeding through the double doors at the other end?
Yeah, he's just following the
Definitely
trail.
think following. Yeah. Following Bastille, who's following the trail.
I'm following Soma, who's following Bastille, who's following the trail.
What are we? Are we telling a nursery rhyme now?
I'm.
Come on, Jackie, you can do it.
Come on, Jackie, say it.
We believe in you, Jackie. You can remember their name.
No.
Remember the name, Jackie. If you thought for a minute I didn't know that was the reason you were hesitated, you're
I'm
also going to
following
have
all of the
upcast
ones
this.
that came before me.
The name is Ryson.
I knew that. I was just testing if you remember.
Yeah, my own character's name. Okay.
Yeah, no, it would be a shame if you forgot. Like, come on, it'd be weird. So I'm here to just make sure that you don't.
Everyone gets a story point for killing the GM again.
We are gods now.
Murder the GM moment.
Well, to be fair, we also actually can't be following anybody because we've got to basically be walking in a little circle around Soma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can follow as long as
So
we're
all of that
within
is
10
rendered
feet.
null and void.
Yeah.
True. That's true. So 2 people can follow.
Bastille is
That's
5
fair.
feet ahead of you. I'm 5 feet
Yeah,
behind
you're
you,
right,
and the
you're
nest
right.
is 5 feet behind me.
There we go.
We're just Scooby doing it.
Scooby Dooby Doo.
Zeal's next to me.
Please don't copyright strike us.
We don't make money.
But I can still get copyright strikes.
We also don't sing well enough. So far.
All right, so we're all following Bastille, is the point.
Yes. All following Bastille. Around the eclipse table, the ellipse table.
In before the immediate door is locked.
You stop just before the double doors.
I try and open them.
You try to open them. They swing open.
Oh, wow.
And outside in the
I didn't think I'd
hallway,
get this far.
it is pitch black.
What do I see with my dark vision?
And
What
I
you
with my
see.
dark vision.
What you two see with your dark vision, does Esther have dark vision?
Nope. Just low light vision and spirit sense.
Low light vision and
Zeal does,
spirit
so he's
sense.
sharing his what's it with me?
Dark vision.
All right.
So everyone but Esther.
Look, if there's
But-
anyone in there, I can see their spirit, just not at them.
Yeah. Esther, you do kind of get the sense
is
that this
lo-
place is haunted.
Ooh. So, query. If Zeal is sharing his vision with me and he has dark vision, can I share what I see with Esther? I don't
Presumably.
actually know if the web works like that. Only one creature can share. No, it doesn't work like that. Only one creature
Darn.
can be like doing this within the web at a time.
Darn.
Alas.
Okay. Don't might be awkward, but I'm pretty sure there's a ghost like right there. And she points towards the direction. Let's turn aside. Let's not bother it.
Yeah, you don't actually see a
There's the one over
ghost,
there.
but you sense one is you sense something. You don't actually see one, but you sense something.
And we're sure it's not just what's his name. The little ghost Mystimon that's always following Crystal around.
That's Spooklar.
Spooklar.
Well, Spooklar is actually Crystal's Mystimon, so it's actually with Crystal at the moment. Crystal's not with you. Okay. But you can actually filter out the other ghost Mystimon that does follow you around. Ghostar. The Ghostar Rider. Esther kind of just assumes the Ghostar Rider is here. Pretty much at all times. So, Esther, you are sensing that there's some spirit around here, but you can't really tell where.
Interesting.
But I mean, if the door's open, then Bastille's just continuing to walk.
As long as he stays within the invisibility sphere, fine.
Yep.
That'll be up to the one following him.
I mean, yeah, I'm following him.
Yeah.
Look,
so, which direction are you going? Which direction are you going? This hallway goes left, and it goes right.
He is following the tracks exactly as they go in.
So he's moving towards the left.
If that's where they head, then yes.
And eventually they go up the stairs. And this stairs is like a spiral staircase. And you follow them up this spiral staircase to the second floor. And then up to the third floor. And then they continues forward into this massive rotunda room with this dome ceiling. And you can't really make out much because it's so dark. Even with your dark vision, you can't really make out exactly what is on the dome ceiling, but you could tell that there are some kind of designs on the dome ceiling, but that's not what has your attention right now. Your attention is laser focused on this track, on these tracks, on this trail, and this trail seems to go directly towards the left. And it goes directly into a set of doors there. And right over the set of doors is a sign that says Leader's Office. So this seems to be the office for whoever is the leader of the council.
So,
Fancy.
right, the Pharaoh. Or was that...
Don't mind if I just go in?
No, it's not the Pharaoh's office. It's... the leader of the council is kind of like the House Speaker.
Oh, okay.
So you just go right into this office. And as you know, there's no council yet. We haven't had the council elections yet. So this office is vacant right now. This whole building is vacant right now. until the council elections happens. And so you're not really expecting. You go in here. You're like thinking, why would anyone be coming in here? This place is vacant. But you find the leader's office in a mess. It is a mess. This office is circular, like some of the other rooms that you've already been through, and you find the desk in the center of the room flipped over. You find some bookcases that actually do have some books on them, just tipped over, and this pile of books all over the place. It is a mess. It looks like a tornado went through this place. And for the life of you, you can't really determine how the hell a normal person could actually do something like this. How did they flip this desk over? Because this desk looks really, really heavy. It seems to be constructed of stone. Luckily, it didn't break or anything. But how did they lift it to be able to flip it over like this?
Between eye for numbers and glean contents, can I potentially determine what is missing? Because even if they're scattered about, I'd be able to discern the contents of sealed letters and documents of the like.
Well, you do you do know that because this place is vacant, there are no documents. There were books on these bookcases, but there were no documents. There were no folders. There was nothing like that.
Yeah, but are any of the books missing?
No.
Well, time for the tried and true.
Lead further? Do the footsteps lead further out of the room, or do they just seem to come in here, trash the place, and then leave?
Make me a perception
is there
check.
Another exit that the footsteps go.
Make me a perception check, Soma. You're looking around, and something on the wall on the right-hand side catches your eye.
I want to use a light cantrip. Just kind of shed some light. Actually, before I do that, are there windows in this room?
Yes. There is a single window on the back of this circular office that looks out towards the front of the building.
Is it letting in like enough kind of moonlight to sort of see rough shapes by?
Yes. Yes, the double moons are out. Nothing hidden by cloud cover.
Head over to this right-hand side and take a closer look at whatever it is that caught my eye. There's something over here.
Yeah, it's mostly clear.
On the 10 feet.
Yeah, it's we've got scattered clouds today, but mostly clear. So yeah, the moons are poking out.
And next up on Calroom FM.
Since this desk is like the central piece of the room, though, hoping like from that I could get a good vantage point of really anything else in the room, I will cast object reading on it, trying to figure out what this guy was looking for.
Very good idea. Very good idea. You cast object reading on the desk. And you see this vision of this shadowy figure. It looks shadowy. And then you're like suddenly within his perspective. And you see him flip this desk over. You see him pulling these bookcases down. And then you see him go towards the wall on the right-hand side of the room. And that's when the vision ends.
Well, he sure did go over that way.
Did he do anything over there?
That much I didn't see.
I'm over here inspecting.
You're over
Might
inspecting.
need to cast it on that wall.
You're over inspecting the right-hand side of the wall, and do you cast object reading on that?
Sure. Well,
Go for it.
first I just want to know what caught my eye.
What caught your eye is what looks like a seam on the wall that looks really out of place. It doesn't look like it should be there. Because all of the rest of this circular wall is perfectly flat.
I just kind of want to like run my hands over the wall and try and figure out if there's a panel, or like look on the bookshelves along if there's any like books that are left that are not pulled out, or any kind of like objects on this wall. Like I'm looking for a trigger. This is screaming secret door to me.
Right. Make me a perception check.
Oh, that's not the right one to click.
Very nice. Pause this. Move time forward a little bit. Soma, you're moving your hand along this what looks like a seam, and just as you press on it, it pops out, and this small, about 3 foot by 3 foot door swings open. And within, you find a safe. And the safe is closed.
Esther, I think we need you.
And she smiles.
This is where Esther gets to shine.
I don't actually even know that Esther is good at thievery. I just know she likes to do it.
You just get the vibe.
I just, I've seen her do it twice.
Yeah.
And she seems to be having a great time.
Indeed.
All right, so what do you got here?
I
What do we
step
got here?
aside and I do like Vanna White arms at the safe with all of the flamboyance of my little ex circus part.
All right. So
Or that,
Hmm?
I want to cast guidance on them to help.
I
Alrighty.
will gladly accept it.
And you know what? I'm gonna cast. I think I can cast it. I think knock is a spirit spell.
Yeah, I already
I'm gonna
looked
cast
for that, and
knock.
it's not for me.
It is, in fact, a spirit spell.
Yeah, there it is. So yeah, you get a +4 status bonus.
All right.
It tries to open the target door, lock, or container with an athletics or thievery check. Wow.
And then another +1 from guidance.
+4.
With
+1.
another.
The guidance is status
Or wait.
bonus.
They're both status.
you already
okay.
added
There,
them.
yeah,
Okay.
so the highest one applies.
Yeah.
So that is a total of 30.
There is.
You hear a couple of clicks. Roll it again.
Okay.
Because it's like this that kind of code lock.
Mhm.
In 32. You hear that last click, boop, and it pops open.
And just like that.
And inside, it's empty. But make me a perception check.
Gladly.
I was going to say, do I see anything with my ability to see invisible things?
Esther being right there kind of blocks your vision, but still. But Esther, you see the outline of this rectangular shape in the dust on the floor of the safe.
Oh, so like when something's been there for a while and part of it has dust and part of it doesn't?
Yeah, yeah. So it looks like there
Bad
was
news.
something there.
We lost a race we didn't even know we were participating in.
That's a good way of putting it.
Care to
what?
elaborate?
What
There
could
was
be in
something
here?
here. Some weird rectangular thing. It is no longer here. This thing's empty.
Is there some kind of ritual of investiture for the council that requires some kind of object that's kept here, or do we like is I'm like half asking that of anybody who has maybe been on this continent before, but also like is there?
Well, Esther, you wouldn't really know because you came here after the
Yeah.
council were disbanded, like long after the council were disbanded.
I mean, Ryson has lived on this, not in Calroon, but on this continent his whole life.
Bastille's not sure how long he's been around.
But you didn't even know that the safe was here. You do know that the council had secrets, just like any part of the government. You know that the Pharaoh even has some secrets. But you couldn't really tell what this could be. Without getting into conspiracy theories. If you want to get into conspiracy theories, make me a society check.
Like if we've heard of conspiracy theories, why not? Why won't you let me do this? No, why not?
Is this
Public or blind?
Is going to be blind. That's its recall knowledge.
Okay. Yes.
Selma, you've heard of this conspiracy theory that the council once had possession of this book of black arts, this book of black mystia arts, that is said to be connected to the Ancient Ones, said to be connected to the Void. You've heard a lot of theories about this, but Ryson, you believe, in fact, you have heard of a conspiracy theory that says, some people say that the council had the secret book of children's fairy tales that you 100% wholeheartedly believe.
Okay.
See, I know mine out of character. I know that I did not get a natural one because if I did, I would have believed that this had something to do with that dragon god. And it's all connected. And so it's just going deeper into the rabbit hole.
Instead, Ryson's going down a rabbit hole.
Evil fairy tales. Croson, that's what it was.
Yeah, Croson. So what do you do with this information?
He's just silently contemplating.
Basto's already turned down and ready to follow the trail out.
I want to do a quick object reading before we go. Just a quick little object reading.
On the safe?
On the safe, yeah.
You see this shadowy figure take out this, what looks like a black book with this cover looks really ruined. It looks like it's a leather cover, and it looks really ruined. It looks like it has this lock on it. And when you look at the lock, something about the lock kind of draws you to looking at it. When you look at the lock, you see this eye looking back at you, and that flashes you right out of the vision. And make me a stress save.
What kind of roll is that? Wisdom?
That is a will. That is a will save. Yeah.
All right. Public or blind?
Public.
Okay.
You get 2 stress.
Wait, where do I mark that?
Let me. I believe I actually have an effect for it.
Oh, do you add it as a condition or something?
Yeah, I added it as a condition.
Can I? Oh, I'm like, should I use a hero point? I think I want to take this. I don't think I'm going to, because I just really like the idea of like if anything is going to freak Soma the F out, it's going to be something in one of her visions looking back at her. So I'm going to take
Yeah.
this for character reasons.
Okay. It's going to be 8.
So you all see Soma like stagger back from the safe and like trip and on a book and fall flat on her ass and bruise her tailbone.
Here we go.
All right,
And I think the
You have
Oh, what were you
2
gonna say?
stress.
Okay, I was just gonna say, Ryson's
Yeah, they
gonna
are.
try to help her up and ask what's wrong.
There's a book in there. There's
Ryson immediately mutters under his
somebody I
breath,
read
knew it."
something. A book of black arts or something, and it had a lock, and oh god, I like she like retches a little and is I think it looked at me.
And Esther like kind of goes up to you and she's like, "Look, there's some scary shit that can happen," and she extends her hand to help you up. With that will force, everything bleeds.
Esther, you have terrible bedside manner. Soma, you get a story point. Esther gets a story point.
I'm already full.
I'm already full too.
Okay.
I'll take both of them.
Soma looks. Soma
You wish.
looks up at you, Esther, and like right before
Good
she
shot.
blinks, her eyes are like gold with like slitted pupils, and then they go back to normal.
Oh.
She takes a deep breath. I think we can go now. We should close this all up, though. Leave no trace, as my den mother said.
Absolutely.
As soon as you said we should go, Bastille's walking.
Still stop. Stay within the.
And once more, he just like halfway through a step.
Once we're
Yeah,
all ready.
we really need to
we say
teach
go.
you the meaning of context.
Soma.
Ryson and Bastille, you both get a story point.
You
One
want
day
to
he'll learn
and...
like red light, green light. One day.
Red light, green light.
You want a tip from your old pal Astro on how to handle something scary looking at you?
Don't
Punch
look
him
at
in
it.
the nose.
Don't let it know you're scared. In fact, scare it. Make it beg for mercy.
It cannot hurt you if it is dead.
We are walking
I'm
and talking.
sorry, but your pep talk just made the make it beg for mercy made me think of Cave Johnson with the lemons.
So
how
heading
can
back
anyone
to
not
where
find
we,
this party extremely entertaining?
When life gives you lemon, you make life take the lemons back. Get mad!
I don't want your damn lemons.
I don't
What
think
am I
that's
supposed
how
to
it
do with
goes.
Demand to see life's manager.
I don't think that's how that goes.
I'm gonna have the lab guys go down and figure out a way to make combustible lemons, and then I'm gonna go to your house. I'm gonna burn your house down with the lemons.
That is such a good speech.
Oh my gods. Anyways,
How long is that? Is the pass wall still up?
It's got about a half an hour left on it.
Okay, that's plenty.
Oh, okay. So it's up for an hour? Cool.
Yep.
So you follow the trail out of the office, and it goes right back down the spiral stairs and back and down to the ground floor. And it heads right back to the rotunda room, right back to the council room, and out the wall where you entered.
And then
Keep
following it
them.
down the trail, wherever it leads next.
When we leave, am I able to willingly end the pass wall, or do I just have to let it finish?
You can willingly let it end, yeah.
Okay. Then I would do that when everybody's out.
So you dismiss it. And now that everyone's back out, do you follow the next trail?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
But still is following the next trail
Yeah.
and just walking straight forward and not even caring about the invisibility sphere. Just walking straight forward and following the trail. And everyone has to catch up with Bastille because he's running very briskly. He's walking very briskly.
Yeah, I mean, he's not like trying to get away from them, but he's walking with purpose, and it's not like he's got eyes in the back of his head, so like he's just assuming they're following.
Yeah, and you follow this trail straight through the courtyard, straight across the the gold stone pathway. And you come to a stop right outside the mostly finished academy building. Do you know that the academy building was destroyed a couple of years ago? And it has been under reconstruction for a little while now. And the academy building, which is this huge golden pyramid, it looks like it's mostly finished. They just have the capstone and part of the northern side of it to build. And you know that it was destroyed by two of the Dragon Lords just a few years ago. Flamdrone and the Dragon Lord of Light.
Frozen?
No, the light.
I know.
So what are you doing?
Do the
Footprints?
do the tracks head into the academy building?
Yes.
Is the
I think we should
building
continue following them.
is the building open?
The building isn't
And
open
does-
yet. It hasn't been fully rebuilt yet.
Can we access it? Can we get in?
I feel it's important to clarify. Does this also just go into a wall, or does this go through actual doors this time?
The Dragon Lord of Light is holoclone. So the building was destroyed in this battle between Flindrone and Holoclone. And what was that, Bastille?
Are the tracks that are going to the building, are they just going through a random wall like they did last time? Or are they actually going through whatever would be considered like an entryway?
They are going through this entryway that is currently under construction.
I mean, if it's open, he's going through it.
So Bastille
is it
just
like a
has
full
right.
door, or is it like some canvas covering it?
It's like some canvas covering it because the doors haven't been installed yet. The doorway
is made of tougher material.
The doorway is 20 feet tall. The doorway is 20 feet tall, and it looks like it would be this big double door. This grand double door. But right now there's just a tarp fabric tarp there covering it. Because the doors haven't been installed yet. And Bastille just heads right through the fabric tarp into the mostly finished academy building.
Look,
You
if
can't even
anyone's ever going to set off a trap, don't worry, I got you. There will be a day he hesitates, but that day is not today.
And you follow this trail. Is everyone else following him?
Yes.
Or try to keep
Yes.
up with him? He's following this
Yes.
trail up these stairs. They go up to the first floor, then up to the second floor, then up to the third floor. This is a huge building. And as he goes up the stairs, the walls actually taper upward because it's a pyramid, right? And he seems to head. Give me 1 minute. He seems to head right up to the top floor. Right up to the top floor. And he heads right into what looks like it would be an office. In fact, there's a door there. He just opens the door and marches right on in. But as you come up to the door, you take a glance at the door, and you see on the door this placard that says Headmaster. Underneath, it says Kyrene Kamuya. And Bastille just marches right on into that office. There's nothing in there right.
Roses, because he won't.
There's nothing in there right now. There's no furniture in there right now because the building hasn't been completed yet, right? But the trail, it stops dead center in the middle of the room. And as you come up to the middle of the room, around this room, you see the outline of something that was drawn here. And you're going to need some light to really see exactly what this is.
Even with dark vision?
Even with dark vision.
Light. Cantrip.
So you cast light. And as you cast light, as the light grazes across the floor, across this marble floor, this is beautiful marble floor, you see in this really dark red paint, looks like paint, you see this circle, and around the circle you see all of these strange symbols. Make me an occultism check.
Gladly.
Oh boy.
Blind or
Blind, yes.
Can I also?
Yes. Bryson, you have absolutely no idea.
yeah.
You are, in fact, you for some reason believe that this is Vikaran. It just looks Vikaran to you for some reason. But
It's all Vikaran to me.
Soma and Bastille, you both look at each other as you realize what this is. This is void script. This is the language of the ancient ones. Someone tried to cast some kind of conjuring spell here in the middle of what would be Kyrene's office.
Can we tell if it worked?
Does it look like it worked?
It look recent?
Does it look recent? It looks like it occurred right about the same time period as that murder.
Okay.
When you say paint, is it blood?
Make me a perception check.
That's a yes.
If that wasn't high enough, I do want to use a story point to re-roll if I can.
Could I use medicine?
You can,
For
Ryson.
instance, if it-
You
okay.
absolutely can, Ryson. Soma and Ryson, you lean down to examine what looks like this dark red paint, and as you examine it, you then look at each other, and you're both like at the same time, this is blood.
Yeah.
And then back to my question, does it look like the conjuration worked?
Detect magic. Is there any leftover Misty in the room? Also,
Mystia would
now,
not You know that actually that Mystia would not be left behind from something like this. This does not use Mystia.
And then
but,
if it's been an hour, I'll use see invisibility again.
But you do have a device that can trace energy levels. You have an energy detector device. And you see this spike. And you see this spike on the detector, and you suddenly are like, I am so sorry, Cha isn't here. It is spiking hard on void energy. It is actually pinging so bad, so far that is almost off the. That is literally off the charts. And you actually
counter where it's just kind of going like.
It is going. It is going crazy. It is going crazy. It has numbers, but it is so far. It is so. It is so far off the chart that you actually have to turn it off because you're afraid that it's going to break.
Break.
So there is a heavy trace of void energy in this area.
The arcane symbols, were they in like any sort of indication to where, like, even if we can't read what they say, does it look like typically like what someone would make for creating like a portal or anything similar to that, or like a summoning ritual? Or
you think that it looks like someone created a void gate. Someone brought something here from the void.
I can try and put my arm through, see if it's still active.
It's not active.
Where's shot?
Punch the wall.
Is there just based on what we're able to glean from the void script, is there a reason why someone would use this space? Basically, what I'm trying to figure out is, did somebody summon this thing to send it after Kyrene specifically, or was this more of a useful space for other reasons? Like, why here is what I'm trying to figure out.
Why here? And that is the question. Why here? You can't really tell for sure. There's a number of reasons that are popping up in your head. It could be revenge. It could be someone's trying to pin the blame on, trying to frame Kyrene or something. You do know that telepaths or scions in the past were actually responsible for bringing necro spirits into this world. But that was in the distant past. And you know that Kyrene has tried to distance herself from her ancestors. Or it could be someone is targeting Kyrene for some particular reason.
Okay.
Either way, it makes you afraid for Kyrene.
And she wasn't in, was she in this city before we showed up, or was she, like, what was she doing between when we got back to
at the time
to the ranch and when we arrived here.
Well, you know that at the time that the murder took place, she was with you and Lantia.
Yes. But I mean, what was she doing for the last 3 days? Was she in Calroon or
yes,
or not Calroon? That's the name of the. Yeah,
she was in Calroon.
City.
Yes, Calroon is the name of the city, and she was in she was in Calroon
for 3 days.
Yes.
Okay. That kind of disproves that theory. Okay. I think that is there anything like left other than the designs? Anything left of whoever did this?
You would have to make me a perception check, but as you're looking at this and as you're piecing these pieces together, you are starting to become afraid for Kyrene. You are starting to feel like this is personal to you because of the connection that you have with her. You can actually feel your patron getting
just like
very
pushing me to feel more strongly about this than I might otherwise.
Yeah. So what are you trying to discern from this circle?
I think with that, this is really just more of just like a quick glance around the room. I'm trying to see if there's like, did this person like leave their backpack here or something? I don't know.
No.
Because my actual instincts now are like, we gotta go track down whatever this thing is. This place doesn't matter. This is, so I'm like, Bastille was the one moving out the door at a clip. At this point, Soma's like, we've got to go find Kyrene. We've got to go find whatever this thing is. It's not here. If it were here, it would have attacked us. We've got to go find it. And is just like heading for the door.
Someone's in a rush. Okay, well. Why not? Let's go.
Very well.
Do we know where Kyrene is?
Once we're out of the academy, I want to turn the energy detector back on and see if like we can start using that to track the energy signatures.
Yeah, you turn the energy detector on, and you're getting something on the void spectrum, and it looks like it is leading in the easterly direction, so it seems to be leading towards the Palace District gates.
Well, I'm ready to follow it.
Yeah, Soma's on a mission. She is following this thing. She is on a mission. And everyone follows Soma now, heading towards the palace gates. And without even paying any mind to the guards at the palace gates, you just march right through the palace gates. They try to say something, but you don't even pay attention to them. You just march right past them.
I can't hear them over the Geiger counter.
Yeah. Yeah, it is not as strong as it was in the building, but it's kind of strong, and it seems to be leading you in the direction of the housing district. And at this point, you don't even know where Kyrene would be. You kind of assume that it could be heading in the direction of the Wayfinder tower, but you don't know if she could be there or where she could be.
Didn't she tell us where she was staying, or did I just make that up?
You don't know. You don't think she told you?
Okay.
All you know is that she had more of the political rally stuff to do, more to do with her campaign and everything. That's all. That's about all you know. But you are heading straight toward the housing district, following where this thing is leading you. And you eventually come to the Wayfinder Tower. And then you just march right into the building. And Crystal's there. She says, "Oh, hi," but you don't even pay any mind to her. You just march right past her, following this detector. And you march right up the stairs of the tower. And you come to this this floor that is designated for special guests. And Crystal comes running up behind you, asking, "What is going on? Why are you acting like this?"
Following void signatures
show her
from
the-
void
Do
gate.
you not hear the device?
She looks at the device in your hand.
The Geiger, the energy signatures.
She looks at the device in your hand and she's like, "Is that void energy?"
Correct.
Why?
The hell is?
Why would it be here?
Whoever it was who did this, they summoned something, and they summoned it in Kyrene's office, her old office, her new office, whatever. I don't know.
You made her office in the academy?
Destroyed building.
Yes.
Yes, void gate was opened.
They stole something from the council.
They
They
stole something from the council building.
I'm like walking too, as like I'm making Crystal jog to catch it, like to keep pace with us. Like I'm not stopping to talk with her. Like
Yeah.
I am still following.
You come up to this door and you just barge right in. And Kyrene is startled. She's at her desk. At this desk, reading some books, and she is startled as you march right on in. And she says, "What is going on? What is the meaning of this?"
I'm just moving around the room with the energy detector, trying to figure out where this thing went.
Since we all have our own,
Safe.
I check Kyrene with the energy detector.
Ooh.
There's nothing on her. There's nothing on her specifically,
Better
but
safe than sorry.
you are seeing some signs here and there throughout the room, but you can't really pinpoint exactly where it could be. At this point, it's actually fainter.
I want to head back out to where it's stronger.
Okay. You head back out into the hallway.
Where?
You head back out into the hallway, and you're moving around, and you've come up to the end of the hallway. And you open this door. You come to this door that's actually locked. And Crystal has the key. She comes up and unlocks the door. She says nobody's in there. That room's vacant.
Are you sure?
Yes, that room's vacant.
I shake the energy detector at her.
You head into
If
the
nobody
room.
is in there now, something might have been.
You head into the room. And you're definitely seeing a stronger signal of this void energy. And
While
Crystal,
I'm not checking people.
there's nobody here, nothing in here, nothing that you can see. And Crystal says, I think I'm going to call Luna. Luna knows a heck of a lot more about this stuff than any of us. And she heads out, and it looks like she heads up the stairs.
Before she does, while I'm at weirdly checking people with energy readings, I'll check Crystal as well.
Nothing. You just get a strong sense of element, Mistia.
She can leave.
Are there any, I mean, is it just like in this room and there's no exits or other exits or anything?
All that you see in this room is a window and a bed and a desk, and that's about it.
Well, I guess I'll go look under the bed.
I'm gonna open the window and look out the window.
You look under the bed. You don't find anything there.
Is there a specific spot that has the highest void readings in the room?
If what you could tell, looks like the void readings are constant throughout the room.
Okay, well, just in the doorway then. I will do object reading.
And as you do, you see what looks like this shadowy being. You can't really tell exactly what it is. It just looks like a shadow to you. And it is moving into the room, and it disappears.
Has an hour passed since we went into the council building?
Yes. Yes.
See invisibility.
See invisibility. You're looking around the room. And you look up. And you see in the corner this shadowy creature looking back at you with 6 red eyes. And it snarls at you and then disappears.
It's even funnier when you think like a robot with multiple sets of eyes stares at a blob with multiple sets of eyes.
Didn't even think of that, yeah.
Right.
But it just like completely vanishes. It doesn't seem to go somewhere.
Yeah, it completely vanishes.
Well, it was right there.
And I point to the corner.
Doesn't look like it is.
It was invisible. Now it is more invisible. Or it has gone somewhere without moving.
Do you have any idea what it is or was?
Does anything know what looks like a blob but has eyes?
It wasn't a blob. It was this. It looks like it had like 2 sets of arms, and it looked bipedal, but it was like up in the corner, like attached to the walls up in the corner, kind of like a spider or something.
So I will relay that to the group.
I don't know.
But it looked very shadowy to you. You can really make out.
Immediately familiar.
You could make an occultism check.
Yes, please.
I will also go ahead and do that.
How high up is the ceiling?
The ceiling is about 12 feet up.
So being 7 foot tall, if I like jump, could I reach into that corner?
I bet you could with the help of another 7 foot tall person putting you on their shoulder.
I'm just gonna shove my hand in that corner and see if I touch the creature.
Nope. But
Does
just making sure it is fully gone.
does my contract give you any thumbs up?
Esther and Bastille, you think that was a void terror. And Kyrie comes up behind you. And as you kind of relay to each other that was a void terror that you just saw. She says, wait, tell me everything from the beginning.
I've looked into the void and it stared back.
We do.
She pointedly asks you, you swear that someone took a book from the council building?
We entered and checked ourselves.
It looked at me through the vision.
Oh my god.
Not the void terror, the thing that summoned the void terror. To be clear.
Oh my
The book.
gods.
The book did.
I gave that thing to the Pharaoh to protect it. He was supposed to put it somewhere safe.
Well,
the Pharaoh...
To be fair, it wasn't a locked safe behind
the Pharaoh
secret
will be
wall.
hearing from me. Believe me, the Pharaoh will be hearing from me. The book is a monstrous book that should be destroyed, but we cannot destroy it. There's some kind of weird magic protecting it. It is called the Necrom of War.
Of all people,
Is that the name of
the Pharaoh?
What, Ryzen?
I was gonna say, is that the name of the suspected children's book that Ryson thinks it is?
Yes.
He's even more convinced now.
So now Ryzen is conflating void terrors with children's fairy tales.
To be fair, most fairy tales did have a dark twist at the end until, like...
I was going to say, most
be fair,
children's fairy tales are pretty grim.
At least the original, and at least the originals, yeah.
So it's just an original copy.
It could be. It could be. And maybe in this case, void terrors actually do play a role in some children's fairy tales, at least in the original. It is certainly possible.
Trying to convince me that kids that grow up don't learn how to summon void terrors as they age. There comes a time in every child's life when there are some changes that come about, and they start thinking about new things, like summoning void terrors.
At least members of maybe Zolgoth's cult, the Scions of the Void.
It's a normal thing.
Oh man, if only we knew someone like that.
So what are you doing now as she tells you this information?
Is there something in specific you would like us to do with this? We now know that wherever they went, it was probably possibly connected to this void terror.
Track down their chromovore. Find whoever has it. You need to find it and you need to retrieve it. The necromovore is like a super destructive weapon in the wrong hands.
This is where the tracks went.
Whoever has it. No, this is not where the tracks went. You were following Soma, who was following the energy detector.
Yeah, but you said there were only tracks going into the academy building. I didn't see any going out.
Yeah. You need to find the necromovore at any cost.
Be careful with the words "at any cost" around Bastille.
It'll be fine. We're gonna go in, go out. Give us 5 minutes. We'll have this stuff in hand, and then we'll dump it into a river.
This thing came after you, Kyrene. At any cost might mean your own safety.
What I was getting at, or my concerns were, that with a void gate being opened at the time, and the fact that there were tracks going into the building but not out, and the only signature coming out was the one we followed here, that wherever he went is through the void gate.
Or Kyrene mentions Zolgoth's ability. Astral projection. Yes, his astral projections can interact with the physical space. And I do mean projections, plural. He can be in multiple places at the same time.
Well, that's annoying. Though, I guess if we're trying to track the guy down, then it just means that there's more places where he's at, so.
And I'm going to add a couple of more clues onto the board for you. Let's see here.
I am not sure if this will work, but it is worth a shot.
And I'm going to cast the spell Locate. Focused on Zolgoth.
I don't think he's an object.
Heightened, you can target a specific creature or ancestry instead of an object. And we have met him.
And will the bloody shard be of any assistance here?
Possibly.
You have a physical focus? Sympathetic magic?
I have an idea as well.
I cast it on the book, but we haven't seen the book physically. We have seen Zolgoth's physically.
Someone's seen the book.
I've seen the book.
I don't know if it's counted as you having observed it directly with your own senses with the way you saw it.
That's fair.
That'd be up to GM, but
let's go look at the.
I might have an idea.
Uh-oh.
Listen. I could potentially one thing that I know I can do is, use some of my expertise, so to say, to give the guy a nightmare. That's some real vivid stuff. And if if we have a plan, if we end up coming up with a plan, I could try to spin it as some sort of like prophecy or message or whatever the hell. And try to use that to lure him somewhere.
Hold on, I'm trying to write something.
Player note: the spell Nightmare has a planetary range, and all I need to have is someone's name.
So let's be clear, everyone, I'm gonna be running out of spells soon unless we rest. My Mystia casting, I got 10 points left after this object or after this locate. I've been burning through Mystia.
Well, the nightmare stuff could happen tomorrow then, or the day after. Well, maybe we could.
What level is locate?
Locate, to use it on a creature, you have to upcast to 5th level.
What's the original? I want to see if I have it on my spell list.
Original is 3rd level.
Oh, okay. I do not have it.
We'll see if it works. I assume they would have tried this to track Zolgoth before, but maybe they just always assumed it would fail.
Cast locate?
Yeah.
Using what is you're using the shard of glass?
It doesn't say I need to have something to cast it. So you learn the direction to the target. If you picked a specific object, such as my mother's shard, or the nearest target, if you picked a type of object, if the target is a specified object, you must have observed it directly with your own senses. If it's a type of object, you still need to have an accurate mental image of the type of object. If there's lead or running water between you and the target, the spell can't locate the object. This means you might find a type of object farther away if the nearest one is behind lead or running water. Heightened at 5th level, you can target a specific creature or ancestry instead of an object, but you must have met or seen up close the creature or ancestry you want to target.
One moment. Okay. So you're using locate to try to locate Zolgoth.
Correct, because I haven't seen the book, but I have seen Zolgoth.
And your mind goes to multiple different places at the same time. It seems to be one of the places.
It would choose whichever's the closest.
The closest is here in Kalrun.
Fantastic. Where's it at?
What's fantastic?
There's a Zolgoth in Kalrun.
Hey, Zolgoth.
I chose my words specifically.
Welcome back. Welcome back, Soma.
Welcome back.
But still, locate spell has located multiple Zolgoth signatures all over the world. One of them happens to be here in Colrune.
Oh, when you said Zolgath, I thought you meant like just a random person named Zolgoth. Sorry.
No, it does. They do specifically. They've got to have some association to our Zolgoth because, like, I have to be thinking of him specifically and have to have met him.
Yeah. And you follow this. You believe that this Zolgoth is somewhere nearby.
There's a Zolgoth here in Calrune.
And he just leaves.
And Crystal says, when you find my uncle, please let him know that I hate him.
I think he probably already knows.
But, well, I was planning on giving him a nightmare to try to point him somewhere so he can find him. So if you want, I can also send a message. So I can also leave the message over there.
Oh, please do, please do. Please do, and tell him he's not invited to our holiday dinner.
As if he thinks he needs to be invited.
That is true.
But now Bastille is full on sprinting.
Bastille is full on sprinting out the door. Who is following him?
He was told he was told to find the book at all costs, and that was not retracted.
Who was following him? So was following.
I'm following.
And Soma, you're pretty much behind everyone as everyone's trying to follow Bastille out the Wayfinder Tower, and just as you make it to the door to get out of the tower, Koi comes out from the door to the basement where you know the archives are, and where you know the teleport portal to the ranches. Koi comes up through that door, and she is frantic, and she is saying, help me find Snowy,
Oh.
So but you're pretty much the only one of the party who is still in the building. Everyone's already left the building. So Soma, what do you do?
Oh, sorry, I was saying what I did, but I was on mute.
Oops.
I'm gonna send Zeal after them to just keep running after everybody so I can keep track of where they're going. And then turn to Kauai and just be like, who is Snowy?
You actually already know that Snowy is Ira. That's just her name for Ira.
Oh, okay.
You've been around her enough that you know that.
What happened? Why isn't Ira with you?
And she is like screaming, help me. She is like really frantic at this point. And maybe you can make a medicine check to try to calm her down.
Instead, I feel thought this was a this might be too high of a thing for me to want to do this. Hold on. Give me one moment.
Sure. As you do that, but still, you are full on sprinting down the street, and the others are trying to keep up with you as much as possible. Probably not very possible because you are, like I said, full on sprinting. Have you tried to follow an automaton who was full on sprinting before?
Do any of us notice that Soma's not following us?
Make a perception check.
I think you probably do, if only because Zeal has leapt on one of you.
Oh, okay.
To be carried.
Zeal has leapt up on Esther's shoulder.
Hello.
Zeal snaps
like a little scarf, and kind of puts his ears back for more aerodynamicism.
And kind of snaps at you, like to tell you keep going.
No, pats your cheek with a paw.
And back with Soma, have you figured out what you're going to do?
Oh, there it is. Yes, I think so. I want to cast mind reading. Just basically to mind meld with her. To help calm her down, but also just like pull the information out without having to waste time.
So as you do that, what you see is she and Ira are in the barn where the where the Hidden Archives airship is being kept, and they're at the time talking with Rune while Kwoi is exploring around the barn, and suddenly you see Ira behind her, and Ira seems to suddenly kind of snap, and she lifts up this board and tries to attack Kwoi, and Rune stops her. And Kwoi looks back and sees Ira full on just trying to attack her, and is backing away from her, all scared and being like, "Snowy, this isn't you. What are you doing?" And as Kwoi keeps yelling, "Snowy, Snowy, please come back to me," and finally says, "Snowy, I love you." Finally, Ira snaps out of it, drops the board, and just drops to her knees as she's like, what the heck was that? What did I just do? And then as Kwoi tries to approach her, Ira gets up and sprints right out the barn door. And Kwoi tries to run after her, but she loses her as Ira runs off the ranch into the wilderness beyond the ranch.
And one note, as I notice the as I get like kind of leapt on by
The Ikude?
by Soma's familiar, I'm immediately gonna cast telepathy on Soma. Telepathy is basically like message, but it lasts for 10 minutes and we can like just talk in mind. It's 2 actions, so I can just do it midway. And you hear Esther in your mind being like, if it goes south, let me know.
Oh, if shit goes south, let me know. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you hear like the echoes of everything that I'm pulling out. Like there's a lot of like background noise almost.
Yeah.
And Soma just replies, got it. Keep him safe.
He'll be fine.
Famous last words. And Bastille is full on sprinting, and you actually run right out the gate of the housing district out into the Precipice district. And you come to a full stop right in front of the Magi Guard building. Right in front of one of the Magi Guard precinct buildings. And it's 4:09 a.m. The building is quiet. It doesn't look like there's anybody here. It looks like it's closed. What are you doing?
He is inside.
You couldn't get in. The door is locked.
I know, I'm stating that for the ones that had followed.
Oh.
Is someone able to open the door?
What kind of door is it?
A standard door.
Oh, you know me. I could try.
Try your thievery check.
All right.
And back with Soma. Okay. And back with Soma real quick. What are you doing as you pull this information out of Kuoi's head? And Kuoi slowly calms down. What are you doing, Soma?
Sorry, remind me of the familiar relationships. Ira is
Kuoi's girlfriend.
But somebody's daughter. Whose daughter?
Luna's daughter.
Luna's daughter. And her familial relationship to Crystal and or Kyrene is
so what happened was you kind of heard a bit of the story from Ira that she thought she actually was with her parents in the Quartrika Islands, and when the Dragon Lords were fighting each other in Moona. And you heard from her that she thought that both of her parents died in the War of the Dragon Lords, in what was widely known as the Cataclysm. And when she took hitchhiked on a boat back to Almana, And she ended up here in Colroon, and she was on the streets for a long time. And Crystal, she met Crystal when she actually tried to pickpocket her. Ira tried to pickpocket Crystal. And well, long story short, Crystal took her in. After she heard her story, Crystal took her in because she felt sorry for her. Because she was a part of that whole thing. She was a part of the War of the Dragon Lord. She was there when it happened, and she felt sorry and guilty, really, because she couldn't do anything to save her parents. And
wait, but Luna's alive.
Yeah, Luna's alive. She found out later that Luna was alive, that her mother was alive, and apparently Luna is a witch like you, and had actually called to the spirits to protect her right at that moment, but she ended up calling to the wrong spirits, so she actually has a Necro spirit attached to her. And that's why Luna knows a great deal about the void.
God. Okay. Okay. With that in mind, I am going to run Kauai up to where Crystal is, which I'm assuming is back on that floor.
Yeah.
With Kyrene, because it's been 2 minutes.
Yeah, she's still up there, still talking with Kyrene, and you walk her up there, upstairs to Crystal, and Crystal's like, "Oh, boy, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be at the ranch?"
I will explain very quickly, and probably more coherently than Kauai can right now, what happened. Like, looking around, finding like a blanket or something to like wrap around Kauai. And
Ira, if Crystal says, "Find her. Find Ira. Please. Luna's on her way here. I will let her know to come to you. I will let her know to get to you as soon as possible when she gets here."
You want me to go and try and find Ira? Is there any, do you think that this could be connected in any way? Has anything like this happened to Ira before?
Not that I know of. You know, come to think of it, I don't know if you've experienced the same thing, but I've been experiencing these visions of these writhing tentacles, and that's when you're suddenly like, "Wait, what?" And that is where I am going to end this season. Esther, you did manage to click open the lock, and you managed to open the door, and that is where I'm going to end this season.
Breaking into the guard barracks.
Breaking into the Magi Guard precinct. What could go wrong? We will find out what exactly could go wrong next season. Season 11 will be coming up on January 9th with Terror in Depthara Trench. And then 2 days later on January 11th. Same time. And in between seasons here, Jackie and I are going to be working on integrating the Pathfinder 2nd Edition remaster into all of our homebrew rules and everything. I think Jackie and I have some ideas of what we're going to do, and I believe we're probably going to stream that. And
We do?
we have a few ideas. I have a few ideas. We can talk about those ideas, and I've also got some other plans. I am going to actually be posting more videos. Besides these streams, I'm actually going to post some videos, and I have some ideas of what I want to do with that. I believe that I'm going to do an Ask Me Anything series, an AMA series that is kind of a variation on this trend that I've seen on Reddit sometimes in kind of world building subreddits, where you ask me anything about the world of Terrana, about the world of Mystimon Saga, and if I don't know the answer, I will make one up, thus building the world. And I'm going to start with the first video. I'm going to start with a question that Soba or L asked quite a long time ago, but I never quite got around to actually fully answering the question, and that was, how does the afterlife work? I'm going to start with that. And if any of you have any other questions about the world of Mystimon Saga that aren't fully explained on the World Anvil, please post them in the lounge channel of our Discord. And if any of our audience has any questions that I could use to make some videos off of, if you have any questions, please post them in the comments section below. So, everyone have a happy holidays. Everyone have a very happy Thanksgiving, and a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year beyond that. I'll probably be pinging you all and say Happy Holidays when those holidays come up.
Fair enough.
The holidays kind of snuck up on us, didn't they? The end of the season kind of snuck up on us. Does anyone have any plans for the holidays beyond past just Thanksgiving?
I mean, 28th, I'm heading out to visit friends in California, so
Nice.
that'll be fun. Spend my birthday out there rather than in Arizona.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna spend the holidays with my girlfriends.
Very nice. Have fun. Firecat, what are your plans?
Well, luckily, since I am a teacher, we have my voice would not die on me. We have the week off next week, so I'm gonna do a whole lot of nothing.
A whole lot of nothing.
Nice.
Elle, what are your plans?
I'm planning on. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jackie.
I was gonna say, I like the weeks before like the end of December, before the holidays, I like straight up, I cannot wait to do absolutely nothing. With like finals coming up and shit, dude. Doing nothing sounds like a blast right now.
Elle, what are your plans?
I am gonna try and make progress on the Afghan I'm knitting, and practice piano, and maybe bake some bread. Just, cozy winter activity
Cozy winter activities.
And,
sounds fun.
That does remind me.
Sunny
The one
Southern
thing
California.
The one thing I do want to do is I actually
You're in California?
started doing bassoon recently.
Bassoon. What's bassoon?
Bassoon? You play the bassoon?
As
That's
of
so
like a week
cool.
ago.
As of a week ago.
Cool.
I was
I
given
also
one
pretty
by
much
someone.
started picking piano up again as of about a week ago.
Is Elle, you're in California?
Yep.
So am I.
I'm up in Washington State.
I am in Phoenix, Arizona.
Wait, is
Jackie-
the stream still going? Quick question.
Yes.
I don't give a shit. Good luck finding me. I got a hammered
And
axe.
I'm
Bring it on.
Yeah.
And I'm in an undisclosed location.
Look, if anyone wants to fight me, I'm down. Just be aware, I have a prosthetic foot. I did that to myself. So unless you're willing to do more than amputate, be aware that I've done more than you'll ever do.
Binary will fight you.
Correct. And my foot is metal. It will hurt when it kicks.
It seems like most of us are actually on the West Coast. Most of us, anyways.
Yeah, Jackie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackie's nowhere near us.
I've been meaning to pick up music sometime. Like a lot of people that I know like do music stuff, and it sounds fun.
It's a lot of fun.
I played piano as a kid, and picking it back up again is, obviously all of my any skills I had developed have completely atrophied, but I'm finding it a lot more fun than I found it when I was a kid. Because I'm the only person who's listening to it. I'm not worried about other people listening to me play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star very poorly over and over again until I can do it smoothly and feeling embarrassed about it. I just do it into my headphones. It's great.
That does sound fun.
Indeed.
I remember I did have a thought when I was like I was like younger-ish. That was like, if I ever learned to play an instrument, the first thing that I would try to learn to play on it is the least like fitting for thing that I can find for that instrument. Like, if I'm learning to play an electric guitar, I'm gonna learn to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on that shit.
I mean, it's easy. It's simple.
Yeah, and it's funny. Like,
And it's funny.
That's just a silly concept. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
As playing, a hard rock oboe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be probably
what-
spending the holidays with my family.
Yeah. One of my
Much to my chagrin.
one of my significant others has been getting back into music, and I've been meaning to ask them to like to maybe like get me through the ropes initially,
Do you know how to at least read sheet music or nothing at all?
I can somewhat. Okay, I was gonna make a comparison that probably wouldn't make sense. So the answer is I would just simplify it to kinda.
Well, that's a place to start.
Yeah.
At least you have a place to start.
All right. Well, everybody have a
Yep.
great night.
Yep. Good night. And with that, I'm going to end the stream. Please like, subscribe, all of that. And it really helps the channel. And see you next time. I will be streaming soon with Jackie, probably in a couple of weeks.
And
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and happy holidays. And
and remember that Bastille is always willing to fight.
And remember, Bastille is always willing to fight. Bring it on. Hopefully, we're not screwed when that happens.
See you all next year.
Hopefully we are.
See you all.
That's the Patreon.
I'll see you all. I'll see you all.
Free content.
Yeah,
that's 100 subscriber Patreon goal.
Yeah, I'll see you all very soon. Jackie and I will probably be streaming very soon, in a couple of weeks or so, as we integrate the remaster. But I will see all of you next season, and season 11. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, Jackie? Season 11.
I mean, I've been here for like 2 or 3, so I
yeah. You've been here since season 8, so you've been here since season 8, so you've been here a while.
Been here the whole time. That's a lie.
The one who has been here the whole time is Cyber, and hopefully we see him again soon. He's going through some stuff. He's had some difficulties, some difficult times happen recently, and we all send him our best, and hopefully he joins us again soon.
So yeah. One of the things that actually funny enough, one of the reasons why I had the idea of doing the whole like picking up an unfitting song for the first instrument that I learned is, have you guys ever heard of the artist Keygen Church or / Master Boot Record?
Do you think I remember names?
Okay.
The only Master Boot Record that I know of is a file type for Windows.
No, but you did just remind me of something that I think you might like if you like that kind of thing. I can send you the link real quick.
Right. Because because the thing with that artist is that their music mixes like organs and pianos, in particular like church-y instruments, in industrial metal.
Yeah, I love how we try to say goodnight, and then people just keep talking.
Yep, I do that. I don't know.
Yep. I think Eld probably really needs to get to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Good
night.
Good night. Good night, El. And I will end the stream there.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.